The Food Information Regulations 2014 mandates labeling requirements, allergen declaration, and nutrition information to ensure consumers are informed and protected. It establishes enforcement measures for the Food Information to Consumers Regulation. Information that must be provided to consumers includes the name of the food, ingredients list in descending order of weight, with highlighted allergens in bold, an allergen declaration, the net quantity, date marking, storage conditions, the name and address of the manufacturer, the country of origin, the nutritional declaration, preparation instructions, and quantitative declaration of ingredients. Quid is a percentage of the highlighted or key ingredients mentioned in the name of the food, or that is essential to the ingredients that characterize the products or is emphasized on the label. Nutrition claims like sugar-free must contain less than 0.5 grams per 100 grams. Low fat must have less than 3 grams per 100 grams, and high in fiber claims must have at least 6 grams of fiber per 100 grams. What things do you consider when making professional judgments? Quantity and severity of the issue. Evidence such as photos, temperature logs, supplier documentation, and potential harm to public health. If you weren't sure, if a spice was safe, what would you do? Detain the spice and investigate. Check supplier and traceability documents. Conduct tests for contamination or adulteration. Cook core temperature of foods to 75 degrees Celsius for 30 seconds or 70 degrees Celsius for 2 minutes, for most meat such as minced meat and poultry. Always reheat food to 75 degrees Celsius to ensure safety. The danger zone. 8 degrees to 63 degrees Celsius is the temperature range where bacteria multiply rapidly. Hot holding, keep food above 63 degrees Celsius. The ideal storage temperature for perishable items such as meat and fish is 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. However, the legal requirement is under 8 degrees. Refrigerating at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius slows bacterial growth. Freezing at -18 degrees Celsius prevents bacterial activity. Listeria grows at refrigeration temperatures and is commonly found in ready-to-eat foods like soft cheeses and smoked fish. Store foods at below 4 degrees Celsius and consume within the use-by date. Clostridium botulinum thrives in anaerobic environments, like canned foods, and produces spores that are heat-resistant and release toxins. Combinations of low storage temperature, high salt and acidic conditions, pH less than 4.6, killed by heating in retort to 121 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes during canning. Fitness judgment. Dry meat can occur due to oxidation, which causes dehydration and browning. If only surface oxidation, the meat can be trimmed and declared fit for consumption. Discoloration such as green, grey or brown patches may indicate microbial spoilage or chemical changes. Slimy texture indicates microbial contamination or improper storage. If combined with sour odor, the meat is unfit for human consumption. What would you do next? If the meat is fit, trim affected areas if spoilage is minor, like surface oxidation, and ensure it is stored at the correct temperature, 0 to 4 degrees Celsius for chilled meat. If the meat is unfit, detain the meat under the Food Safety Act 1990. Issue a receipt to the food business operator. Apply to the magistrate's court within 2 days for destruction orders and investigate supply chain documentation, such as health and ID marks. Zoonotic diseases transmitted from animals to humans are a significant concern in food safety. Tuberculosis, bovine TB, spreads through unpasteurized milk or undercooked meat. Each host must ensure milk is pasteurized and inspect slaughterhouses for lesions. Salmonellosis, often from contaminated poultry or eggs, highlights the need for robust supplier traceability and hygiene practices. E. coli O157, linked to beef or produce, underscores the importance of strict HACCP compliance and hygiene controls. Brucellosis, another zoonotic concern, spreads through contact with infected tissues, unpasteurized dairy, or contaminated environments. EHOs ensure infected animals are tested and culled, milk is pasteurized, and traceability records are maintained to protect public health. Post-Brexit labelling changes. UK food labels must include a UK address for traceability. Labels for export to the European Union must meet EU labelling standards. Specified risk materials, SRMs, are high-risk animal parts removed to prevent bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE, also known as mad cow disease. Removal is mandated by the UK TSE Regulations 2018 and EU Regulation 999/2001. Here's a breakdown by species and age. Cattle, all ages. Tonsils last 4 meters of the small intestine, cecum and mesentery. Over 12 months. Skull, excluding mandible but including brain and eyes, and spinal cord. Over 30 months. Vertebral column, excluding tail vertebrae, spinous and transverse processes, and sacrum parts. Sheep and goats, all ages, spleen and ileum, approximately 60 centimeters of the terminal small intestine. Over 12 months, or with permanent incisors. Skull, including brain, eyes and tonsils, and spinal cord. Horns are excluded. SRMs are dyed blue for clear identification and must be labeled as Category 1 Animal Byproducts, ABPs. They are incinerated or rendered at approved facilities with strict prohibitions on landfill disposal. Age verification is essential, achieved through animal passports or dentition checks. By enforcing SRM regulations, conducting inspections, and educating stakeholders, EHOs play a critical role in mitigating public health risks and ensuring food safety. What if allergen information is missing? Missing allergens violate FIC regulations. Issue an improvement notice to update labels and seize affected batches if public health is at risk. Food crime includes illegal processing, slaughtering, or preparing meat products in an unapproved premises or using unauthorized techniques, like specified risk materials. Misrepresentation involves marketing or labeling a product to wrongly portray its quality, safety, freshness, or origin. Waste diversion is illegally diverting food, drink, or feed meant for disposal back into the supply chain. Substitution means replacing a food or ingredient with another substance that is similar without declaring it. Document fraud involves making, using, or processing false documents with the intent to sell or market a fraudulent or substandard product. Theft and adulteration include adding foreign substances which aren't on the label to lower costs or fake quality. Vacuum packaging removes oxygen, creating an anaerobic environment, preventing spoilage caused by aerobic bacteria and oxidation. However, it facilitates anaerobic pathogens like Clostridium botulinum if stored above 3 degrees Celsius. Controls include storing at 3 degrees Celsius or lower, using salt at 3.5% or more, and maintaining acidity with a pH of 5.0 or lower. Fermentation aims to preserve meat by reducing pH to below 4.6 through lactic acid production. Risks include insufficient acidification, which can allow pathogens like Clostridium botulinum to grow,